So which sectors would you then eye? Because I think the last conversation we had with you as well, you were pretty much positive when it comes to Indian banks. You were looking at the pharma sector as well. Defense was another space that Mark Mobius was actually eyeing as well. Have you already made your investments in India on any of these sectors? Or are they still on your radar and you would advise investors to make investments?
Yes, those sectors are still uppermost in our mind, and we are going into them through ETFs. That's a very important sector exposure that we can have.
Mark, apart from these sectors that we've spoken about as well, when it comes to investing in India right now, the major concern everyone had was valuations. In fact, HSBC has actually upgraded India from a neutral to a buy. Harold Lind has a target of 94,000 in terms of where the Sensex goes. As compared to other emerging markets, where would you place India right now?
India is always going to be at the top of our list, and I could see 100,000 going forward. There's no question that Indian market is going to be very important going forward. Now, of course, there'll be downturns as we've recently seen, but these will be temporary. These will not last very long.
Are you right? You're looking at 100,000 on the Sensex?
Yes.
And what time frame are you looking at?
That's a big question mark. I would say within a year.
Oh, within a year, you're expecting the Sensex to be at 100,000, and that's a very strong number that you're giving out, Mark. If that is the scenario, which sector will take the Sensex to 100,000? Any stocks that are on your radar that you would want to highlight?
I can't give you specific names, but because we're in the process of buying, but I would say the banking sector is going to drive Sensex to high levels, and companies like the infrastructure companies like Adani will also be very important to drive this growth.
And Mark, would it be the private banks or the PSU banks that you would be betting on?
I would say both of them.
Okay, so both private banks and PSU banks. And anything that you would buy when it comes to IT as a sector?
Of course, I'm particularly interested in hardware, electronics hardware, chips, software. Of course, software companies very important, but the hardware aspect is a growth for India going forward, and that will be very important.
Okay. So again, hardware from the IT pack is absolutely important. And one investment tip, Mark, that you would want to give viewers at this point, apart from what we've already discussed, which is on the top of your mind, which we've not spoken about?
Well, in addition to what we talked about, I think the defense area is important because India will become more and more a major exporter of defense equipment. And that's an area that I think will be becoming more and more critical.
Absolutely, defense an opportunity to buy as well, but 100,000 on the Sensex, that's the key. And the investor trust that could be coming back to the markets on the back of the clean chit that SEBI has given to the Adani Group as well is what Mark is indicating. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. Always a pleasure to speak to you, as always, on NDTV Profit.